Om Jnana Timrandasya Jnanjala Shakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Svamopagadamam Dadanti Svam Padantikam Vandeham Shio Shri Yuda Padkamam Shiom Vaishnavamsam Shri Rupam Sarjatam Sakam Rahimitam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savdutam Parjanam Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sankalita Shivishakam Vitamshu Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dino Bandhu Chatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gauri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutadevi Pranamama Haripriya Pankha Kalta Vishakri Pasnave Vishakatnam Pavanpyo Vaishnavyo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnu Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tanam Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskachaya Desatarni Srila Prabhupada. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after receiving sannyas in Katwa and staying in the house of Advaita Acharya in Santipur, he proceeded to Jagannath Puri. On request of his mother, he made his home base in Jagannath Puri. And he stayed there for many years, but at a certain moment he left for South India. He made a South Indian tour, and on his travels he came in Rangakshetra. Rangakshetra is a place where Lord Ranganath is worshipped. And there's a temple which is, it's an extremely large temple that there's 100,000 of pilgrims are coming and going to take darshan of Lord Ranganath. That the temple is in the middle of an island. That and when Lord Chaitanya arrived in the temple, first Lord Gaura Sundar means beautiful. It's so beautiful, and everyone was amazed by his beauty. Not only by his beauty, but also his ecstatic love. The tears came from his eyes when he saw Lord Ranganath. So many became attracted to him. But there was one Brahman, maybe it can be a little too loud. There was one Brahman that Sri Venkata Bhatta, and Sri Venkata Bhatta, when he felt extremely attracted to Lord Chaitanya when he saw him. That yeah, is when Lord Chaitanya saw Venkata that he embraced Chief Venkata. That so then Chief Venkata was a Brahmin from Ranganad and invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come to his house and stay with him. So when he entered the house of Venkata, they washed his feet and this many times the etiquette for receiving a sannyasi and the whole family became filled with joy because just seeing Lord Chaitanya. The year that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Sriranga was 1511. So he must have been 25 years old. Yes. And but Venkata had a son. Well, he had two brothers, Tirumala Bhattam and Prabodhananda Sarasvati. Prabodhananda Sarasvati, he was a sannyasi in the Shaikh Sampradaya. That interesting because they have a tradition of sannyasis going back many hundreds of years. That it was because Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Maharaj had copied that system and applied it for the Gaudiya Math. Because anyway, Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Maharaj introduced sannyas in our tradition based on the Sri Sampradaya, what he studied there, sannyas. But Prabodhananda Sarasvati was a scholar in Bhakti scriptures. Or, of course, you have this in the south of India, this Telugu scriptures, and they have all different scriptures of Bhakti. But when Lord Chaitanya came into the house of Venkata, the boy Gopal came to offer obeisance to Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya affectionately picked him up and seated him on his lap. And when he would take his meal afterwards, he would give Gopal his remnants affectionately. That it is said here, Sri Krishna Chaitanya is the Supreme Lord, and he knew that Gopal Bhatta would become an Acharya. Of course, he stayed at the home, Lord Chaitanya, at the home of Venkata Bhatta for 4 months, the whole Chaturmasya period, but then he was going to leave. Of course, when he was going to leave, everyone was shedding tears in anticipation of his departure. But then Gopal came to Lord Chaitanya, and he fell down at his lotus feet and he fainted. After that, Lord Chaitanya decided to stay a few more days. So he was very pleased with Gopal Bhatta's service, his devotion, and he ordered him to go to Vrindavan. Even at that young age, he was ordering him to go to Vrindavan, but only after the departure of his parents. It's interesting that and yeah, he ordered him to go to Vrindavan and to write books, write that. It reminded me to Prabhupada, who the first time met his spiritual master, and Srila Prabhupada gave the order, you go to the West, that you speak to the English people, to the English-speaking people, that technically he was not even a Bhakta. It's just first meeting. Reminded me also of Bhakti Charu Maharaj when he met Prabhupada of the train from Allahabad to Mathura, because a life member who had a big post at Indian Railways had arranged for a special carriage for Prabhupada to go to Mathura. And all the devotees. And my Guru Maharaj was also on that carriage, together with Bhavananda. At that time, Bhavananda Maharaj. Bhakta Kishore. And Bhavananda asked Bhakta Kishore, do you want to meet Prabhupada? And then he said, yes. And he said, come with me. And he went to a compartment where Prabhupada was sitting, and he pushed him inside, and he fell before Prabhupada's feet. And Prabhupada told him, yeah, sit here on the bench with me. But he didn't want to sit on the same level as Prabhupada, on the same seat. So the two sannyasis at the other side, Krishna Maharaj and another, they make space for him to sit there. And the same happened. He said, you are an educated man. You should translate the Bhagavatam in Bengali. In the first meeting, it's very interesting, these acharyas. But yeah, finally, after that, Lord Chaitanya left, and Gopal got a Brahminical education. He was educated in grammar, in poetry, rhetoric, debate, and the study of Vedanta. But he was also trained by Prabodhananda Saraswati, that is uncle. And he trained them in bhakti, all the scriptures of bhakti. But Gopal, he was always thinking of, because he could not stop thinking of Lord Chaitanya. He was so attracted to Lord Chaitanya. At the same time, he could not leave, because Lord Chaitanya said, you have to take care of your mother and father. But But finally, when they passed away, he left for Vrindavan. Then that while he went to Vrindavan, he was meditating on the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. And so at that time, he had the age of 30. At the age of 30, he came to Vrindavan, but Lord Chaitanya was not there, and he felt saddened that he was missing Lord Chaitanya. But when he arrived at Vrindavan, then Rupa Goswami received him, and immediately he sent a message to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Gopal arrived in, one thing more, I forgot. When Lord Chaitanya had stayed 4 months, he stayed a few days longer. But then he gave Gopal initiation. He was initiated. That's an important detail. So when Lord Chaitanya heard that he came to Vrindavan and was with Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Jiva Goswami, he sent a messenger to Vrindavan. And he sent some gifts, interesting. A wooden sitting plant, a plank, a piece of wood for sitting. And he gave him one pair of his underwear and one sannyas outfit. That it's were his personal belongings. So when Gopal Bhatta received these gifts, he felt ecstasy. And he worshipped them as the prasad of Mahaprabhu. He would worship his deities and sit on that wooden plank. So this plank and these clothes are still worshipped at the Radha Raman Mandir. That they are still there. But like Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they had no fixed residence. They were sleeping on the one tree and then on another tree. So he was going with them. And he spent his time studying the scriptures and composing various scriptures, because that was what Lord Chaitanya wanted him to do. But when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared, he felt great separation. And he was thinking of Lord Chaitanya in this great separation. And Lord Chaitanya came into his dream. He said to Gopal Bhatta, if you want my darshan, then make a trip to Nepal. Interesting. So he left for Nepal, took a bath in the Kali Gandaki river. And he had a water pot to fill with water. He put the water pot in the water, and suddenly, through the water stream, a number of Salagam Silas entered the pot. He was thinking, what is this? He dropped the Silas again into the water. He put the pot again into the water, and again the Silas re-entered. And he did that the third time. He dropped them, and again the Silas re-entered. So, okay, he kept the shilas, and they're thinking maybe that's the Lord's mercy. But he kept all the shilas and went to Vrindavan. These were in total 12 Shaligram shilas. And he would go, he would bring them, kept them in a piece of cloth tied among his neck. But then he came in Vrindavan, and a wealthy man offered him some clothing and ornaments for his Shaligram Shila. But because the man was very impressed by Gopal Bhatta, and he wanted to render some service. So he gave him this valuable cloth and ornaments. But Gopal Bhatta couldn't use this for his round-shaped Shaligram Shilas. It didn't fit. Yeah. So he advised the donor better to give it to someone else. But the man insisted, you keep it. So he kept the cloth and the ornaments with the shilas. But then Gopal Bhatta became absorbed in remembering how the Lord is half man, half lion. That is half man, half lion form, the Shingadev. How he manifested in the pillar in Hiranyakashipu's palace. And he prayed to the Lord. He prayed, "Oh my Lord, you are very merciful and always fulfill the desire of your devotees. I wish to serve you in your form, having arms and legs and a blissful smiling face with lotus eyes, that if I had a deity, then I could be able to decorate him so nicely with these clothes and ornaments." He was thinking and praying like that. So in the evening, after offering some bhogam and arti to the Shaligram Shilas, Gopal Bhatta put them to rest. He was covering them with a bigger basket. And late in the night, Gopal Bhatta took a little rest, and then in the early morning, he went to take bath in the Yamuna. And he was returning from his bath. Then he uncovered the Shaligrams in order to do his puja for them. And he saw amongst them a deity of Krishna playing the flute. So there were now 11 shilas and this deity, the Damodar Shila. So the Damodar Shila had manifested as the beautiful threefold bending form of Trivarananda Krishna. And he floated in ecstasy. He fell to the ground to offer his dandavats, and he recited prayers and hymns. It was the wonderful appearance of Radha Raman. That Radha Raman appeared on Shri Nrsimha Chaturdasi. The day that, usually in that temple on Radha Raman, they offer 500 liters of milk for the Lord's pleasure and many sweets and other things on Nrsimha Chaturdasi. It's a temple with a very, very high worship. But then when Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami and many other devotees received the news of this miraculous transformation, they came to see the Lord gazing on the transcendental form which bewildered all living entities. That they all bathed him with tears in their eyes. So this deity, whom the Goswamis named Shri Radha Raman Deva, made his appearance on the full moon of Vaishakha in the year 1542. Except for Vrinda Devi, Shri Radha Ramanaji is the only one of the original deities of Vrindavan who never left Vrindavan. The other many went to Jaipur. So Sri Radha Ramanaji is still being worshipped in Vrindavan. We know Prabhupada stayed in the Radha Damodar temple, in that temple. So that was, of course, Gopal Goswami also wrote books. He wrote Hari Bhakti Vilas. He did most of the work on Hari Bhakti Vilas, together with Sanatana Goswami. That was instructed by Lord Chaitanya. Well, Lord Chaitanya instructed it to Sanatana Goswami also. We read that in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Instructions to Sanatana Goswami, you have that chapter at the end. He writes, he is asking that Gopal Bhatta and Sanatana Goswami to write on Vaishnava Achar, the behavior of a Vaishnava, the behavior of the Vaishnava and Vaishnava etiquette. And Hari Vilas is there today. It's a big book. It's too much to follow everything we cannot do, but it's a wonderful book written by Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Interesting is that Gopal Bhatta Goswami we don't find his name mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. There's maybe once or somewhere, because he requested Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami not to mention his name, that he wanted to stay at the background. That's humility. So there are, of course, Sri Gopal Bhatta, he once went to Hardwar. It's interesting, that story. So, as he was returning, suddenly a downpour started, and thus he took shelter in the house of a Brahmin. So when he came back from Hardwar to Vrindavan, it started to rain very heavily, and he was given shelter in the house of a Brahmin. And the Brahmin was a devotee, was very devoted, and he started carefully to serve Gopal Bhatta. And Gopal Bhatta became very pleased with him. But this Brahmin had no children, and he wanted children, and Gopal Bhatta blessed him that he might have a son who would be a devoted follower of Krishna. And the Brahmin, after hearing the blessings, he replied, out of gratitude, my first son, I will send to you in order to serve you. But then Approximately 10 years later, Gopal Bhatta went back to Hardwar. And when he returned from bathing in the Yamuna, one day he saw a young boy sitting at the door of the kutir where he was staying. And when the boy saw Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he got up and fell down and offered him dandavats, obeises like a stick of the floor of dandavats. And Gopal Bhatta Goswami inquired the boy, who are you? And he replied, my home is in Devandyangram, within Saranpur, near Hardwar. My father has sent me here to serve you. My name is Gopinath, he said. So Gopal Bhatta remembered that he visited his Brahman there 10 years ago. So this boy remained with him and started to serve him very carefully. And later this boy became Sri Gopinath Pujari Goswami. And he served Sri Radharaman through his life as an unmarried brahmachari. And it's an amazing story so we, of course, later Gopal Bhatta Goswami became the initiating guru of Srinivasa Acharya. That's the next generation, and they were trained especially by Jiva Goswami, Narottam, Srinivas, who is the third one. I forgot, but anyway. So yes, he wrote a number of books in the Vaishnava books. The Sat Sandarbha Karika, Sri Krishna Vallabham, Krishna Karnamrita Tika, commentary of Krishna Karnamrita, Sat Kriya Saradipika, that work is describing different Vaishnava samskars. And the Laghu Hari Bhakti Vilas and the Dichdarshinya Tika. So from some of these books, Sanatana Goswami compiled Hari Bhakti Vilas based on some of these books. Yeah. Gopal Bhatta resided for 45 years in Vrindavan, down 45. And he arrived at age of 30 in Vrindavan. 30, 45, 75 years old. So, of course, we know, like, if Rupa Goswami he's in the spiritual world, Rupi Manjari. Because that's the six Goswami, Nana Shastra Vicharya Nipuno, Saddharma Samstapako, Lokanam Itakarinu Tribhuvane, Manyo Sharanya Karam, Radha Krishna Padara Vindavajana, Nandena Matadikam, Vande Rupa Sanatana Ranjugam, Jiva Gopalakam. So Radha Krishna, they are the six Goswamis have compiled all this literature for the welfare of all living beings, but they are serving in the mood of the gopis. They are in the mood of the gopis. So internally, their mood is the mood of the gopis. Externally, they are renunciants. So that's the internal, external. Interesting. But each Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari, and we have here Gopal Bhatta is Guna Manjari. That is his function, his service in Goloka Vrindavan, in the eternal pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So his birthday was today in the year 1503. Therefore we are remembering these acharyas. Remembering these acharyas is important. That we learn from their lives, from their devotion, from their practice, and from all their writings and their instructions. That, Bhakti Charumat sometimes gave a seminar just on all these acharyas and their lives. It's amazing that, by that we become connected with them. That helps us deeper to see how to live a life in Krishna consciousness, a perfect life. That because these times today are very complicated, but still we can follow in that mode. And be not too much absorbed in external life, but in our internal life with Krishna, like the 6 Goswamis. But it's all a life of blessings. Gopal Bhatta got the blessings of Lord Chaitanya. I was attracted to him from his young age. Raghunadas Goswami, another of the 6 Goswamis, the same thing. He met Lord Chaitanya, his material life was finished. So here we have on the altar Kaunitai. Lord Chaitanya is Radha and Krishna together. It's the compassion of Srimad Radharani. If we become attracted to Kaunitai, our material life is finished. Become attracted to Kaunitai. To get that opportunity, we must also get the blessings of Nityananda. Nityananda Trayodasi is approaching, so we should also come in the mood of understanding, trying to understand Lord Nityananda. But yes, this is Gopal Bhatta Goswami. I personally had, because it's about 15 years ago, I was quite in difficulty, and I was advised to get some help to performing of jahyas. And I contacted the descendants of Yankata Bhatta, and they are still there in Rangakshetra, and they help me also. So the mercy flows still through the family tree also of the Gopal Bhatta, Yankata Bhatta. So yes, Prabhupada wants us to also study these Goswamis. We can also read their works, but mostly their works are quite advanced. And it's better to read Prabhupada books 3-4 times, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, before reading the books of Gopal Bhatta Goswami and many other books. They wrote beautiful books. And most of them are also translated in English from Bengali. They are available today. But I would say this for advanced devotees in the beginning, that we will not have much advantage by reading them. But if you become advanced in the study of the scriptures, it's beautiful to start reading them. Anyway, that's what I could say. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, because in a few minutes we have the Arti. Any question or comment?
Hare Krishna, thank you. So, we did not finally meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again, right? The second time in Vrindavan.
Not that it's not mentioned here. I cannot say 100%, but yes, that Lord Chaitanya passed away. He felt great separation. Yeah. So Raghunadas Goswami felt great separation. That can leave written in their life stories. That feelings of separation was really intense. I felt that also when my spiritual master left Bhakti Charanaj. But later I understood that these intense feelings of separation, it's my good fortune. It looks painful, but it is very fortunate that we have these feelings. And yes, thank you very much. It's 7. It's time for the Arti, I think. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.